everyone. It's Thursday morning.
Thursday morning.
It's Thursday morning. How are you?
It's a cold, chilly morning.
It's a cold morning.
Yeah.
So I have an honor to have Miss Jamie Kline-Anderson here today, and we have a very interesting topic to talk about. So
Yeah.
I'd like to talk briefly. Who are we? Yes.
Okay.
We have this group called Women of Vision of Reading. So can you share more to our viewers? Like, what do we do? Like the community that we have created.
We have an amazing group of women that belong to this Women of Vision. A bunch of creatives and business owners, and where women can come together and feed off of each other and inspire each other. And I think it's a great place to go at the end of the day. You know that you've got a bunch of support, and it's a great group.
It is,
Yeah.
and I've been so inspired talking to you for the past few days, collaborating with you. I'm so inspired, and you are an amazing woman, not just a business owner.
Thank you.
And I'm so honored that I'm part of this group.
Yes.
And we all know that the other women that's in this group are extremely helpful with all our business plans and strategies. So
Very diverse group.
very diverse.
If you need anything, there's, everybody has something different that they do and offer. Even if it's the same sort of industry, I feel like everybody's touch is still a little bit different. So we're able to have a great group of women.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So, we decided to get a certain topic to talk about this morning. And we talk about, I think it's very fitting to talk about this, bringing life back to downtown Reading. But before I go that further, I would like you to formally introduce you. This is Jamie Kline-Anderson. She is the owner-founder for Avenue Real Estate CEO here in Reading. And can you give us a glimpse of how did you start? How did you get into this industry, Jamie?
Gosh, it's been a long road for me. I started in San Diego. I had moved down there when I was 19 years old, and got my first job at a brokerage as a receptionist for 1,000 agents, and I was one of 3 receptionists. So overwhelming. Learning the industry from having no experience prior was a culture shock. Coming from Reading, small town of, at the time, 65,000 people. I started there and then just kind of migrated. I moved back to Reading in 2002, and I started at a little place called Copel Banker, C&C Properties, as their receptionist, and worked there for about a year and a half. And then from there, I got asked to be an assistant to one of the agents. That was a team, and I did that for a very short time, but found a liking into that sort of spot into real estate. From there, I got asked to be part of another brokerage as an assistant for about another year and a half. And at that time, I learned quite a bit of stuff that you wouldn't necessarily know just from being a receptionist. And from there, I just kind of got interested in doing this on my own. Felt that I could really just kind of start and go from there. So I got my license, worked at a couple different industries, or a couple different brokerages in town, and kind of just started from there.
It's amazing how you get all this. It kind of builds your career, it just leads you. I'm sure you didn't really plan of being in the industry for that long. You mentioned you've been in the industry for 19 years, but the experience you had gave you all the knowledge and expertise to say, hey, I know the ins and outs of this industry. So that makes you the expertise to be an expert in this industry. And
Thank you.
so amazing, the in and outs.
Absolutely. And the times change. So when I first started was completely different. I mean, we were just kind of, the internet was there, but it wasn't like it is now, certainly. And we're now in a digital world. So, things are ever changing, and I feel that you have to be a forward thinker and always know what's coming next and not be at the tail end of it when it's about ready to dissipate. So
I love that. Forward thinker. We are constantly evolving, right?
Right.
Constantly evolving.
Exactly.
So I know you've been planning, you shared me your plans, the vision that you have for your company, and in the next few days we will be there. We'll be all celebrating with you, with that, the fruition of your years of labor, of those the plans that you have. You've been envisioning this to happen, so we cannot wait to see that. But before that, I want to touch down the downtown Reading, the community that we have here. So what gives you the motivation, the desire to really put a mark or put your fingerprint in downtown Reading, Jamie?
So downtown's always been something that I felt home with. I loved coming down. We used to live in Shasta Lake. That's kind of where my family's from, and Reading was, a few miles away. So we'd come into downtown, and we always had, the rodeo parade, just different events that we look forward to every year. With that, of course, you are in awe with the Reading lights. You're in awe just with, just with the culture downtown. It's a different vibe. Certainly not for everybody, but it's interesting. I mean, there's a lot of history here, a lot of connections with West Side town, and having the river and coming into downtown. I love as you come off of I-5 into 44, and you see Turtle Bay, and see the big blue mountains in the morning as they're blue, and it's gorgeous. It's just a gorgeous place to be. I like the fast pace of it. It's just kind of something that I love about city life. And there's a lot of stuff going downtown that's new and upcoming, and the whole culture. So
there is.
It's great.
I'm so excited also, like having an office here in downtown, like everyday driving. You see the Sacramento River Trail, all this, the hospitals that we have. So the city or the county, they have this project, the Redevelopment project. It's called the
Downtown Revitalization Project.
Okay.
Yep, that is up and coming.
Yes, and it's so fitting that it happens that this entire building that we are in right now will be the place. So what's that downtown revitalization all about, Jamie?
So basically, downtown's going to be changing. There's a lot of different there's a big project going on, but a lot of the little different things that are kind of happening all at the same time.
That big specific project that we've all read and seen on the news.
Yeah,
so,
exactly. Yeah. So there's a lot of changes downtown that's going to be interesting to find out how things are going to pan out. But I think that it's an opportunity for the community to come together, and we've been kind of stuck in this bad wrath that we've had downtown for the last, so many odd years, and especially even recently. So I think it's a good thing that things are kind of upturning a little bit, and I think there's a lot of opinions, which I think are great. And I think that it's just bringing the community back together in ways that we haven't been able to see before.
That's right, and way better than the past decades. And I like it, the excitement, bringing the life back in downtown. I know there will be a 4-story building here that will house retail and business offices, as well as residential units, right?
Right.
Yeah. So yes, that being, you've seen that going to happen, right? They're gonna start that project this year. So you've seen the opportunity, and you had a vision all this time, what you can contribute to the community. So what makes you decide to have your boutique style brokerage here in downtown?
Yeah, so we are a boutique style brokerage, which is a different sort of business concept into the real estate industry. We're not your typical big box brokerage. Even there's some independent brokerages here in town, but we just have a little bit of a different style. So that's mostly tapping into the creative market, tapping into creative marketing, pop-up shops, things that are community events downtown. And we needed a storefront location for that. We didn't want to be stuck on a third building on a separate side of town that we didn't get the interaction from the community. So we want to be able to have different events downtown, invite our local patrons that come and want downtown to feel safe, where they can come in and just be part of what we're doing. So that storefront location was really important and took some time to find and locate. I've been working on that for almost a year. I've visited about 15 to 20 different locations downtown, and they just weren't the right fit aesthetically, and I needed it to be somewhere where I could get some foot traffic and involve the other, businesses around to be able to kind of create a walking environment where people can visit each other. So that's why we chose our location downtown.
That's awesome. And I'm so excited, like being unique. I never heard that before. Yeah. A unique style kind of broker where other businesses come together. Yeah. We can collaborate and, make use of others' resources.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
And that being said, I know you don't have the physical boutique right now, but you've been working on your Instagram business.
Yeah.
You've been posting, and I've been following you on Instagram, and you have amazing inputs there or posting. So I know every Thursday you're doing this thing called Takeover Thursdays.
Yeah.
And it's fun. I've seen it, and it's so fun, and it's so unique. So that makes me like proud. See all this creativity of the women. So how creative we are.
Yeah. Oh, it's amazing.
So tell us more, our audience. What is that? What does it mean, or what do you do with Takeover Thursdays?
So I wanted to. It was really important to have the voice of the community be part of our brokerage. It's not just about our brokerage. It's about collaborating with others and having them have a voice through our brokerage. So every Thursday we do, it's called Takeover Thursday. It's been going for about 4 weeks now. We've had a couple local businesses that have been interested, and we're getting a lot more interest in it, which is awesome. So we started with Heritage Roasting Co., which is in Shasta Lake. It's an amazing coffee house, great culture, and they were our first one that they had like no hesitation. They were right on board, and so basically it's a day in the life of what they do behind the scenes, what their culture and their tribe is. It gives a community a chance to kind of see more of the in-depth stuff that you wouldn't know just from getting a coffee. It gives their personality. It gets behind the scenes and the magic of what they do.
They become relatable to the community.
And trust is a big thing. So I think having video is a big thing in the industry, and I think just overcoming, and that's what the world is now.
We are overcoming our
our fear.
Our fears
absolutely.
Of going live.
Yeah.
Okay.
And putting yourself out there and being vulnerable, I think, is super important, and it gives the business a chance to be vulnerable. It gives them a chance to see, things that the public wouldn't necessarily know about them. Some relatability. So with that, we've had Heritage Roasting Co., which is our first. We just had Bethany Hill. She is a local hairstylist that has an interesting story. She lives here in the North State, but also travels to LA every other week. So she's got some hairstylist, company down there, and then she also does it here. So we followed her for the day of her traveling back and forth to LA to Redding, and just kind of her life and what she does.
Oh, and is that?
It was great. She's a great, interesting person, so that was a really fun thing. And then our last one that we did was Final Draft Brewery Company here in town, right on California Street. An amazing local brewery. They bring a lot of community into their shop, and they were amazing. So yeah, we're happy to have others have a voice in the community, and I felt what a great way to advertise that through our brokerage, because we're super community minded and involved. So it's something that will continue as long as people want it, and we've been getting some good feedback. So I appreciate all of the watchers and people that have been involved.
Perfect. Yeah. So to all of our business owners that are watching us, if they are interested, tell me more about that Takeover Thursdays. How can they reach you, Jamie?
Yeah, so we are really active on social media. We are on Facebook, of course. Instagram, we're real big on right now. They can reach me that way. They can reach me on my website, which is avenuerc.com. And if you're interested, I'd love to have you. So,
thank you. That's super exciting. I cannot wait to see the next business that's being featured in Instagram. And Instagram is a huge thing right now on social media. So it's a big thing. So any final words to all the women out there that are, passionate about, the dreams that they have, and they're so passionate? What are your last words to this amazing women, Jamie?
I say go for it. If you have had an idea or some sort of feeling that you belong in another place of business that you've been wanting to start, and you're stuck in your old place and you're just like, I don't know, go for it. You only have one life. It's important to fulfill your dreams and to be happy. So I say go for it. That's just kind of, I listen to the voice in my head, and I wouldn't be happier if I would have stayed back, I wouldn't have been happy. So it's just all out and ready to, go forward and
follow your dreams.
Follow my dreams.
Right?
So go for it. Yeah.
Thank you. Such an honor to have you today.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
And we belong to this incredible group of women that supports each other. So congratulations, and we cannot wait to grace your grand opening.
Thank you. Yes.
So when is the grand opening, by the way?
So we actually get keys March 1st. So we're going to be doing some remodeling inside and getting it to be a place where everybody can come inside. We will have a grand opening. Basically kind of a pop-up shop sort of thing where people can come in. I'll have some local vendors come in and some sort of music and stuff, but I'm thinking probably sometime in April. We'll probably be up
around spring, right?
Yeah. And they can just follow us on our Facebook and Instagram page for updates and behind the scenes of what we're up to.
There you go. Congratulations once again, Miss Jamie Kline from Avenue Real Estate Co. Have a wonderful day, guys. Thank you for joining us.